Okay. Today I am speaking to someone who's really, really cool, who's been kind of a mentor to me over the lockdown now with, my journey with hydroponics. And he's super cool to talk to. Dr. Sairam Reddy, he's the Chief Scientific Officer at UrbanKisaan. He has about 20 years of experience. He's a seed specialist, he's a molecular biologist, and he has several awards to his name. So I am super excited to be talking to him today. So let's bring him on and answer all our questions. Hi guys, I hope you guys are having like a good weekend so far. Hi. Thank you for all the love. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine, Samantha garu. How about you?
I'm very good. Nice to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Your background is way better than mine, by the way.
Yeah, it's greens.
That's lovely back. Every time I see you
Thank you.
from UrbanKisaan, I want to steal everything.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah,
so I was just telling the guys that you've been like my mentor over the lockdown, teaching me everything I needed to know about hydroponics. Um,
yeah.
I want to know, like, how did this journey start for you? Your interest in hydroponics. Please tell us.
Yeah. It's a good question to start with. Yeah, my journey with hydroponics was actually a necessity rather than a passion. Um, when I was reading through newspaper, one day I found a very terrifying news that most of the food what we eat here in Hyderabad, in fact, is coming from uh, some areas which are not actually advised to grow crops. Something like the Musi river beds. As a result of it, most of the food what we eat is actually carrying lots of heavy metal intoxications. We always talk about the pesticide making the crop free from pesticides, but we less talk about this the heavy metal contaminations in the soils, especially in the urban suburban areas, and where the crop is being grown there, and then we are eating that crop. So one very important thing which made me to really think in these lines is that as per WHO, World Health Organization, about 70% of Indian women are anemic. You go to a doctor, they say eat lots of greens.
Yes.
And we eat greens, but those greens are full of heavy metals like lead, which in fact counteract on hemoglobin, what we have, and that makes us more anemic.
Oh my
So
God.
that's the scary thing. So made me to think alternate. What do we do at least to help these urban dwellers to at least can they grow their greens, in their balcony? So that is where my search, for an alternate growing techniques started. I ended up with this hydroponics.
Wow.
I
So
started doing this at my home, in my balcony, then
yes.
try to design everything which fits to actually an Indian, the balcony designs and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember when I spoke to you first, you showed me the video of your balcony and everything that you enjoyed
Yes.
there, and I immediately when I saw it, I have to do it. You have to. So, which is why I wanted to for you to my followers, for you to educate them as well, and for you to share with them what I know, what you've shared with me as well, about how important it is for household to be able to grow a little portion of their food, to know exactly where
Yes.
it's coming from. So, what does growing your own food mean to you, and what
See,
impact will it make if in the society if every household grows a portion of their what is the impact that you?
Yeah. See, what I see is like it's not possible for us to grow all the food what we eat. As you rightly mentioned, can we grow at least a portion of food? And my actual journey with this hydroponics and then UrbanKisaan started with the greens. Again, as the medical advice, every one of us should eat 50 grams of the greens twice a week. This is the minimum input we need to have it. So that means if we can and grow at least grains, which you can harvest twice a week, So that means when if you take your 1 month, it is like the 8 days of your the greens intake is taken care.
Yeah.
And greens is our primary input for our the vitamins, minerals like iron and many other things. That's a very, very important food. So if every one of us can grow these greens at least, so that helps us to infuse more amount of nutritive requirements, nutritive values to us. I'm not talking about calories, but I'm talking about other part of nutrition, especially vitamins and minerals.
So yeah, like I've had this grow with me journey, and so
Yeah.
I was very, very happy that so many joined me on this journey. And through this journey, I understood the problems that many are facing, like with urban farming. It has to do with space, or there's not much space, which you really very helpfully
Hmm.
made the cake vertical, and that fit exactly.
Yeah.
So that solved the problem with space, but also there's a problem when it comes to pests. How do they not lose their produce when with dealing with pests?
Yeah, I should really compliment you for this initiative of Grow With Me. And as outside, I'm seeing the impact of it. Lots of people, you have a huge followers, and so many of them are into it, and they are trying to grow their food, at least some portion of it. And several of them are new initiatives of the growing food, and it's amazing, amazing. I mean, I should really compliment and appreciate you for that. Coming
Thank
to your question of the pest, yeah, since we are not protecting, the crop from anything, we are not building anything around that. They're just open for anything. So the pest is a common thing, that we cannot avoid getting it. But since we are growing these crops in hydroponics, their abilities to withstand the pest is to a great extent, what my observations is very high. So
Yeah.
they, to a great extent, they withstand. But that they're still not, the insulated from pest. You still get pest. So what I say is that it's very easy to avoid, provided you closely monitor them every day. Just have a look at those small cute babies, and if you find something, just you can hand pick, remove them, or just take soap water. Just spray soap water. That should take care. Or if there are any hard pests, neem oil should take care.
Okay,
So
so
the trick here is having, the close observation every day, detecting the pest early, at a very early age.
what
The pest. That's
what is the dilution, sir, for this soap water and neem oil that you say?
Yeah. Soap water actually, if you have something like the liquid detergent, what we use in our domestic kitchens and other places. So for 1 liter, if you put 10 drops, that should be sufficient enough.
Okay.
If it is neem oil you get 300 ppm, 10,000 ppm like that. I would advise to go with 300 ppm. That is more than sufficient. 5 ml of neem oil for 1 liter of water, and add 3 to 4 drops of liquid detergent again. Don't forget to add this liquid detergent to the neem oil. So that should take care.
Caps instead of drops.
Yes, yes. Everything here, what we advise here is very little care and little things and little inputs will make the big changes.
Yes, thank you for that. So another, when hydroponics is relatively new to everyone's understanding, it was very, very new to my understanding as well.
Yeah,
I remember asking you, my first question was, will I be getting the same nutrients that I am getting from, soil farming? Which
soil.
is which, which is a very, very important question, because as we know, farming means soil. Suddenly,
Yeah,
we are
very right.
that we don't need soil to grow these plants. But does that mean we are getting the same nutrients from these greens as we are getting from soil farming?
Yeah, so excellent question. This is the fundamental of the accepting this hydroponics. What I would say is the plant has the ability to synthesize all the nutrition what we actually need. It does synthesize. It doesn't actually take from the soil.
It does not.
General perception is it doesn't take all those things from soil. It takes only minerals from soil. It doesn't take a vitamin. It doesn't take any of those nutritive requirements what we actually take, except minerals. Rest everything plant manufactures.
Okay.
Okay, so plant only take the basic minerals from the soil. That's all it takes. Okay, rest everything plant does as part of its biosynthetic pathways. Okay, so and you have a light is there to do photosynthesis and get the carbohydrates and then required fat contents, vitamins, and all other things plant manufactures in the leaf. Not they are not actually absorbed from the soil. So what we are actually doing here is we are making sure plant all the requirements of the minerals are available in the liquid form, the soluble water soluble form at the
Okay.
root zone of the plant. The
Okay. So
plant absorbs those essential things and manufacture all that what we need as and in the form of nutrition.
okay. So that those are the ingredients, right? So the nutrients that you have, the two UrbanKisaan gives us these two nutrients
Yeah.
that hydroponic
Yes.
thing that
Yes.
you mimic the soil's nutrients, give it in the liquid form. So if they're not,
Exactly. So whatever plant actually takes from the soil, that we provide in the form of that, the liquid.
are they chemical?
Rest, they are actually chemicals. Of course, plant can take only chemicals,
Okay.
but there are simple minerals. They are not very complex chemicals or anything. They're very simple minerals like calcium chloride or calcium nitrate.
Okay.
So there's very simple chemicals. Boron, those are very simple, basic, fundamental minerals. That's what plant absorbs. Plant cannot absorb, even if you give the organic complex manure, but plant requires microbial consortium to break down all the complex organic molecules into small inorganic minerals, and that plant absorbs. So we are giving those end product when what actually the microbes otherwise break down into.
Okay. So would you call hydroponics organic?
It's a very tricky question. I just wanted to say something here. We have a very wrong notion about organic.
Yeah, that's
Organic, organic is not in chemical sense. Organic in sustainability. Anything. So we talk about business. Is it growing organically or inorganically? What does it mean? So organic growth of a business means it's a sustainable growth. You don't see a sudden spike, but the very steady or very sustainable growth. So the organic farming, what we mean is having a kind of organic system, the agriculture system, agronomy approaches, which are sustainable. So helps the soil don't get degraded, helps the plant won't absorb any toxins. And at the same time, what we are eating plants for our nutrition. Nutrition is pure and untapped. That is what is the actual core of organic. Okay.
Okay.
So these organic definitions are there different, from continent to continent, country to country, and things like that. Hydroponics in US is actually classified as organic. American government declared hydroponics as organic. Okay.
Okay.
But of course, there is a lawsuit against government saying that no, this is not organic, because as a law in organic, there should be a soil restoration, and in hydroponics there is no soil, so you are not doing anything with soil. So this is not organic. So I don't want to really get into the arguments, but what I want to see is the purity and the actual essence of the concept of organic. The concept of organic is your agronomical approach should not cause any damage to the environment where you are playing, growing your plants. That environment should not be destroyed. At the same time, plant and its nutrition should not get disturbed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are safe and environment is safe. That is what is organic. Yes, hydroponic in that sense. This is the perfect technique to really meet those needs.
Yeah, I completely agree with you in that sense, because I can, with hydroponics, when you mention sustainability, right?
Yeah.
The water that I use to maintain my
Yes.
it is significantly 95%. And when you mention 95%, you are exactly right that it is 90%
Yes.
lesser water, and no wastage.
No wastage.
That's another reason why I love it. When with soil farming, I have harvested a lot at the same time, and my family is just, two people, so we don't need
Mm.
that much produce. But with hydroponics, I can just keep how much I day, and there's nothing that goes waste. So
Yeah.
for me, that concept of no wastage, lesser water, it comes, it just so makes me sold on this, on
Yeah.
and also the freshness. I think because it's constantly given water, it's has why is it that it's so fresh and it's so crunchy? I with the hydroponics greens that the greens are almost like chips because they're so fresh and crunchy.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, you are in that field, right? What you do to keep your glamour. You keep drinking water, right?
Yeah.
So if we fall short of one glass water, and we see, I mean, the charm is gone. So our plants in hydroponics will never take that shock of the lack of water. So always they have sufficient water, and the cells are full of water. Their entire metabolic activities inside the cells is 100% accurate. No suffering, and no, they don't never get into the defense mechanisms, which is not required to the plant. So that's why they're very fresh and crunchy. Yeah. So I was just eating. We have a farm bowl.
Yeah.
New concept. So it's a big surprise to me that how fresh we can make the salad
Yeah.
with these greens which are grown in hydroponics.
Yeah, this is the way salad should taste, right? This is the
Yes,
way it should taste, not like soggy and where
yeah,
that's not salads
that's
should
not.
exactly how salads should be. So behind you, I see like greens, lots of
Yeah,
green, beautiful greens. Apart from greens, would you be also, are you trying to grow more vegetables
yeah,
other than
yeah.
greens?
So yes, actually, as I mentioned you, I started this entire journey with greens. But the idea is to grow everything. all vegetables. Whatever we consume, we should be able to grow using this system. It's about at least 80% of the basket what we actually buy, we should be able to grow using this technology.
So please tell us what are the vegetables you are able to grow right now with hydroponics?
Yeah, we are able to grow broccoli. We are able to grow cabbage, purple cabbage. We are able to grow capsicum, cherry tomatoes, and our regular domestic tomatoes, cucumbers, and hope you remember me showing you the Karela, the bitter gourd. And we can go all gourds in hydroponics. We can go zucchini in hydroponics. Whatnot. We are able to grow almost all these things. With some crops, we are still working on to make it, the commercially viable. The concept should be commercially viable. So, but otherwise, we are able to, as a test, we are able to grow almost all these vegetables, including carrot, beetroot, even root crops.
Thank you so much. Even you mentioned root crops. Wow, that's
Yes.
unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what I need some tips. You have to give us some tips for all my plant followers, enthusiastic followers. So please give us some tips. So,
Tips on
growing lush, green, healthy veggies.
yeah. So try to adapt this concept, hydroponics. The where if you have light for 3 to 4 hours, morning or evening, directly falling on the plants, the balconies or rooftops, anywhere in your garden spaces, anywhere, that's sufficient for you to grow your crops. Most of your crops you can grow there. Hydroponics is definitely believe me, it's a very safe technology, and much more safer than whatever technology is currently available. I'm able to tell you, because I've done a lot of studies behind the scene. Okay, and then you just, what you need to do is spend little time with your plants. Treat them like, I really like the way you used to tell me, like, you go morning and see your basil smell and your day is taken care, right? So it's always good to spend little time with the plants. In our Vedic wisdom, it says spending little time with plants will absorb all the negative energies. You get all positivity. So growing plants is very easy. It's very simple. We think it is complicated. At least with this hydroponics, it became more easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Spend little time with those things. That's all, and you will be able to reap any benefits. Reach us anytime. Anybody, if you want, if you have any doubts in any micro management doubts and all, we'll be able to help you out how to do it. Okay. Identify good seeds. Go to a right stores, buy good seeds, and then that's it. Your seed is the source of everything, what you are going to grow.
The seeds, yeah. When are you inviting me to your very, very cool farm?
You are welcome anytime. We are waiting for you.
Well,
Yeah.
The place looks
Yeah.
we've done with it.
Yes. You should come at the earliest.
Looks truly great, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on this live with us. I think most of our questions on hydroponics have been answered thanks to you. Especially, what you said about the metal content in
Yeah.
in the vegetables and greens that we are consuming from buying outside is very scary thought that you have put in. So
Yeah. Just for your information, I think I did discuss this with you earlier. So we are doing a lot of work in the extending this technology to our farmers.
yes,
So now the farmers are becoming part of our activity. So a lot of farmers are now they're falling with UrbanKisaan. We are working with them. We are transferring this technology to them, so they'll be able to grow these crops using hydroponics. Hydroponics in general, yes, it's very, very expensive. So all our research is focused in, the minimizing the capital expenditure and also the operational expenditure. So we are actually doing the buyback from these farmers. We give the technology to them and they grow, and we are the sole, the aggregator. We are buying it from them. But of course, they have freedom anywhere. I mean, new agriculture bill which has come recently is
Huh?
also so much encouraging in especially in providing this facility.
Okay.
So we are now going big with inclusive of farmers.
Yeah, because this is a actually, this is a question that is very, very important with
Yeah,
advocating for, um, with, this climate change and it affecting
correct,
produce, with things being so irregular with our weather, it's
yeah,
affecting farmers a
yeah,
lot. And hydroponics is, if you completely in your control, you know that your produce is safe under all
yes,
kinds of changes in weather conditions. And if you could help the farmers with the technology that you have worked so hard in developing,
yes,
it would
yes.
be phenomenal, right? So I
Yeah,
understand.
actually, uh, no, the government was supporting farmers to adopt new technologies. So
Correct.
they built a lot of greenhouses all around the city, so many places in India. I mean, there's a subsidy was there to farmers to build greenhouses. So they were
Okay.
able to build greenhouses, but they were not able to grow crops successfully because it requires lots of water. No, you
Okay.
mentioned that the natural resources are
Correct.
depleting.
Yes.
So now we are giving this technology to those farmers. They have the shelter, the greenhouse.
Correct.
They were like, they abandoned them. So
Yes.
now they are back to activity with our tech intervention. So this is something going very, very good. We are very happy with that.
Yeah. This is phenomenal. I also heard that you are working with farmers in a kind of buyback produce from
Yes.
as well, which is a great initiative. I thought,
Yeah.
and I love what UrbanKisaan is doing. I love that you are sharing your technology with the people who need
Yes.
it. So kudos, thank you for doing what you're doing, for encouraging urban farmers at the same time looking out for our farmers. We need more people like you. Thank you for spending this time with us live today, and I'll be soon with you there in the farm.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Samantha garu. Take care. Thanks a lot for having me in your show.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.